Flower Fest is still going on. Oh, at least it's raining. That'll help the flowers I'm not watering. It's really stormy. Are we sure we should have the Flower Fest today? Maybe, like, just move on. Yes. The dreams, after everyone counts down, I'll choose the best at the last day of the Flower Fest. Yep, Green Thumb, we know. You're the best. I'm never gonna plan it. I'm just throwing flowers down, but give me that. It's a thank you, and for my tuberculosis. I'm just gonna throw it willy-nilly, and if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. Flowers are not my, forte. Weed. Wouldn't move in today? Think so. Since we lost Punchy. I fat-fingered my run and my action button. Damn these sausage link fingers. Not a pitfall. It's not a pitfall, so I'm interested. He's wondering, I'm scared. Good thing I have my hat on to get all wet. And my sunglasses, so the lightning does not blind me. It's not like the match you are winners, so you better win. Look, I sent you what they did in a span. That all happened in a span of, like, not even a week. They were like, we're going to sign this guy to a major league deal, then put this, and then release this other guy. Cool. This guy comes in. He goes against one of the best offenses in the NL East. Gets his ass kicked. They get rid of him, put him to minor leagues, and call someone else up. And I'm like, then what was the point? I'm assuming they're just bringing him to the minors because he's been on the free agency the whole time, so they need to, like, maybe they want to warm him up more before trying again, or he is absolutely ass. Like, I don't know why he got suddenly thrown to the major leagues. He should have played in the minors to, like, warm up if he didn't play at all during spring. And the Mets also teased their City Connect uniforms, which, if you don't know what they are, they're like, I think only a specific number of teams right now have them. I don't think every team does, clearly, because the Mets don't. But, you know, they're supposed to be completely different than our usual, like, uniform colors, because it's supposed to be, like, a color based off the history of the location of the team. And so it's looking like ours are possibly the New York Mets City Connect colors are going to be purple of some kind, and possibly, like, who knows what else. It might be purple black or purple white. I'm not sure yet, or purple orange, but I don't know. But it looks like our City Connect things are going to be purple. Which there's a reason for it. I think it's something to do with the subway system, like the Subway 7 or whatever it was called. I forget what it was. There was like a purple thing, so I don't know the history of it all. Not make that much money today. I haven't gone to Nooks yet. Yeah, it'd be funny if it was just the Yankees. That's all we do. But no, I like that they tease that it's going to be purple for the uniforms, and people are like, if they say our uniforms are purple, I'm turning this off. The season's been a joke, and I'm like, does it really matter? It's just clothes. Like, even if it doesn't look that great, it gets worn every once in a while. I know that the alternative outfits people are upset about with the Mets, because instead of it being black with the white outline, they went black with the orange. People don't like that look, and it's okay. I definitely think the white pops better. But I can understand them trying to incorporate their orange and blue colors a little more. Good to see you. 200 bells. Anything's fine. Hot, 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 hot. Ah, what a flavor. What a feeling. But who knew coffee could get this hot? Thanks. Back in the day, I used to have myself a little cafe in the city. Those were black days and bitter. I was bitter, my coffee was bitter. I guess I should be surprised I couldn't pull the customers. It was the coffee, you see. Nobody wants a bitter cup of Java. See a lot of pigeons out in the sea, milling around doing their thing. Nobody can figure out where they roost when they're not in the streets. That's what gave me the idea for this cafe. When you get right down to it, we all need a place to go. A place where we can escape the noise of our lives and just relax. Don't mention it. I do what I do because I love it. I love it here. Please. That's so? It's a hobby, really. Nothing more. Don't worry, Brandon. I did beat a game, though, yesterday, so that's good. I beat Persona 1 yesterday, and I was angry the entire time. Whew. Just... It's the layouts, the world layouts of going into each thing was fucking annoying. It just got so tiresome, and then the escape function, like, never wanted to work. I just kept getting my ass kicked in certain areas, even though I could have fought them, but I'm like, I'm just trying to move on. I grinded, and I'm, like, the same, if not higher level than them, and I can't get away. But some of the layouts for the place were just so terribly annoying. Like, so convoluted just to add... Like, it was, like, extra fluff to keep the game going. I'm like, it doesn't need to be like this. Like, when I played Persona 5 for the bits and pieces, I was like, these layouts are fun and interesting to me. But that shit is just long hallways of fucking, like, constant, like, April Fool's jokes, it feels like. Like, haha, there's an arrow that tells you can't go this way. You have to go all the way around, because this is a one-way. And I'm like, who the fuck dictates this? And then on top of the just pure black rooms that you're just bumping into walls hoping it makes you go the right way. Like, this fucking sucks. Nice, but not for me. These are all really nice pieces of things. They're just not what I need. And I don't really need a wall right now, but what do we got for flooring? But it was just frustrating. I just barely beat the boss because everyone was running out of SP, or the magic. I didn't have really good magic item. Like, I had 99 of a bunch of items, but not the really good SP giving stuff, so it just turned into keep feeding, like, 2 or 3 people the, items while the others just attacked, and it was just terrible. Like, I could have done it so much better, but I'm like, I already grinded so much, and it still needed so much more. I just was not... I was like, no thanks for that kind of thing. Not with the layouts the way they were. I just was not... It was a very rough time, but I beat it, so... I will happily skip any more older Persona games to play more modernized versions. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if I'm going to jump right into another Persona game or if I'm just going to fill it with something else, but I'm not in a rush because I'm still doing Trials of Mana and stuff like that. So if I do play something, it might be something a little bit easier or familiar or just not as a pain in the ass, and hopefully it will be a fun time. But if I feel like jumping right into Persona, then I'll jump right into the next one, which might be 3 Reloaded or whatever, but... we'll see. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not looking to jump into anything just yet. It was either going to be more... I was either going to do more Persona, or I was going to do Fire Emblem. I also picked up... what the... What's it called? Unicorn Overlord or whatever the fuck, which is... another, like, thing to try. It's like a Fire Emblem-esque style game. But, like, I guess better. I think it's like the Tactics, like Ogre Tactics or whatever the fuck it was called. I don't remember what the game was called, but it's kind of based around those. But I picked up some stuff, and then I have other games that RPG stuff that I can play, and so I don't know yet. I'll either do more Persona or just do something else for a little bit and wait. I haven't decided yet. I only picked it up, like, I don't even know if I'll like it. I only picked it up because I had a way to get it, like, for, like, 20-ish, 30-ish dollars or so, around that. So I was like, screw it, I'll get it for PlayStation and just try it out. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to go to or when I'm going to go to another game. Right now, I'm just like, I just need to get past the fact that was, I'm done with Persona, because that was brutal. Like, I knew it was going to be a mixture of my own fault, but also just dated gameplay. It was going to make it tough for me. Did manage to get all but one, everybody but one person's quote-unquote best/legendary Persona or whatever they're calling it in Persona 1. So we managed to do that, so that was neat, even though I never see what they look like in battle because I have the skip function on, so it speeds up all the animations because they're so slow. Like, I can see what they look like through their card picture, but I never saw what they look like in-game. And I'll care more about how they look when I play modernized Persona, so I can look at how disgusting everything looks like, up close. But I have a handful of games that I'm gonna maybe look at and see, break down which ones I'm gonna want. It's just tough for me to decide. Because, like, I do want to get into modern Persona stuff now, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not. I don't know if I'm mentally there for another Persona game just yet, because Persona 1 was just, like, a mixture of, like, someone gave me, like, it's like someone gave me something I really enjoyed, but then followed it up with, like, 10 kicks to my balls. And it's funny is I'll get mad at that shit, but we play Elden Ring, and I'm a little frustrated at myself when I screw up, but it's not really that bad. I'm still having a good time. But that's because like that, it's designed to be fucking a pain in the ass. Persona was like kind of designed like that. The first one feels like that, but it's like I don't know, more trolly than it is like difficult. And so it was just irritating in the first one. Like I said, a lot of the layouts felt like someone's fucked up April Fool's jokes, and I don't like April Fools. So when I was running around then, I'm like, why is this a thing? And then there's traps that would like knock you back down a floor if you weren't careful, and you'd have to make your way all the way back up if you fucked up in some levels. I was like, fuck this. Like, I get what you're going for, I just hate it. It's not my favorite thing. Not in that context of that style of game. If it was in the modern ones, I'd probably still have a little bit more fun, because I can cling on to some things that I really enjoy in the modern ones. It's just the old school ones are a little dated, so I couldn't really... There was very little to cling on, and I also burnt myself out a bit, because all I did was grind myself up to level, like, 50s to 60s. Somewhere in the 50s. Just over and over and over off stream, because I didn't know any, like, better ways to gain experience. Overall, it was an alright time. Probably... It was an alright time, but it definitely... I can't really think of many games I've played through entirely on stream that I was, like... I was committed because the story was interesting enough, but I just hated the rest of it. Because I'm trying to think if there was anything I've played that I was like... Oh, internet dying. Wondering if there was anything I liked and then but also just hated the entire playthrough of. It was not one of my favorite gaming experiences. I mean, I'm excited to play more Elden Ring. I mean, it pretty much is just a tag-along adventure. Like, I'm just following you because you have way more knowledge and all that shit, and eventually you'll probably be, like, ridiculously strong once we finally get a bunch of hours into the shit that we need to get to you for, and I'll still be kind of weak because I'm going to be horrifically indecisive of what I'm going for. But that's the fun of it. That's the dynamic. I'm pretty much just playing Elden Ring like I do Dark Souls 3. I'm using Dex weapons, a katana again. And I have Faith, which makes me use fireballs and lightning. It's the same shit again. And the only thing I need to change is adding more health so I can live longer. When I was done playing, I stopped using that ring. So I should stop taking double damage. So I can just, I don't care if I do less damage, I just need to stop taking extra damage. And I'll probably maybe throw on some bleed to see how it works, if I can, if I like it or not. Like that's going to be kind of in the back burner, not my huge focus, but I might throw some arcane into the mix so that when I get to some of the weapons that I want for that, I might do it. Worst case scenario, if I don't use blood, and I can just always respec when we unlock it, or I can keep the arcane, helps my item discovery or whatever, so if I get extra shit that you don't get, I just drop it for you or whatever. Either way, fun times. Hey Jiggly, you enjoy your errands. Don't know who this Aaron is, but he'll be left with a big smile on their face. Red snapper. Yeah, the issue is I gotta really up my faith, and some spells take a tiny bit of intelligence too, so that's my only problem. But I still gotta up that. My faith is getting there, and at least we have one talisman right now that just increased straight up faith, so if I need a little boost, I have that without taking increased damage. But definitely some I'm gonna need to get. But for now, I do have my Firebolt, my Black Pyromancy, whatever it is, the Dark Fireball. I have the Lightning Bolt from the sky. I do have the throwing Lightning Bolt because that has some better like consistency of range at times, but the other one is way better for like just DPSing. But the range is a little weird, so the other one, at least if I hurl a bolt at someone, I feel like I know the distance better. I have that one now, but I haven't done anything with it. I just know that I'm used to that one for throwing. I think I'm either still using my heal, or I think I'm just using... No, I'm using my tail. That's right, I still have the tail ability, which is okay. It's not really a boss battle weapon, and more so than just... I got a couple guys near me, fucking... Hopefully they don't hit me while I'm trying to cast it. Just need to make sure we get more talisman, if we can, slots. Is dragon spells the one that gives... Do I just need straight faith, or is that faith and arcane, or is that faith and intelligence? I'm a quack. Okay. Reading. Give. Whack. Question mark? Yeah, that's fine. That's not what I'm looking for, but I know you're not up to trends. I think you would have liked it. Yeah, so be up in arcane a little bit, but that's just the issue. I need more. I gotta get more stuff into my health and my mana. My mana is ridiculously low now because I'm not using the stuff boosting it, so my FP is shit. Whatever it is, the blue shit is not very high, so I gotta start upping those things a little bit. I don't even have 100 mana, so I could, like, one of the summon bell things we got, I can't even use because it requires 100. And I don't have 100 unless I wear one of those rings that take double damage, and I don't want to take extra damage. The only downside for, and at least until, the only downside I've seen that people said about the blood build things is some of the blood moves are kind of not great. And I don't know if they got nerfed a bit, but they're not super fantastic, but that's fine. I mean, I guess less moves there means I'll just use more of my mana on magic and not trying to use weapon skills all the time. I do like my skills. Oh, we've already killed, what, one dragon we weren't even around for, and I don't know if we've killed another yet because we're not ready. We'll get there. Once you just go full strength, and I eventually find myself, and my internet stops dying, all will be right in the world. Oh, my fault. Here, just pick up my shovel. Pop that here. Pick up this gross-ass boot. Yeah, I noticed that we do have some hearts. Or a heart or some in our inventory because of that one that died, but that was it. But we haven't fought a dragon or done anything with dragons since. We tried, I think, what, 2 different dragons for fun. Murdered us both pretty quickly. We'll get there, though. Just need more HP. My issue is I'm trying to do blood build, but I also rarely melee a boss sometimes, because I'm always, like, when I play co-op, I'm always in the back. I'm in the back like a coward, just shooting fireballs or electricity. 30,000, but I'll do a little bit more fishing. It's going to be a shorter day for this as usual because we got a lot to do today. Alright, well, I'll be doing my usual classic Tuesday bullshit. Well, I'm gonna do a key provided thing for a bit, which isn't anything too crazy, and then I might be either playing more Fallout on PS2 or go finish Story of Seasons, so that can be done. Or both. Oh, now you want to head that direction right after I fucking pulled it. Goes. And going under the bridge. I didn't want you anyway. Bum, 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 bum. Gotta catch the fish. It's a warm day today, though. I hate the heat. At least it's not like humid, it's just warm. Damn it, I do all this work for this fucking fish, and then it's either trash or it bites and leaves, and I don't get it, so. Thank God it was actually worth it. Brandon was mentioning dragon spells. I forgot there was that ability, I think, in Dark Souls 3, I think it was, where you could turn your head into a dragon or whatever the fuck. But I think you couldn't wear a helmet. I remember that shit now. I'm like, I was like, the spell's idea sounds familiar to me, or at least the style of it. And I remember, it might not have been a spell. I think it was just a cosmetic thing that you could do. But I remember having a dragon head in Dark Souls. It was so silly. I think it was just an item, but it was funny to me. Zebra, turkey, fish. So now we got this. Next thing we're doing is kind of, I think, pretty chill. I don't know. I know very little about what we're going to do next. The next thing for what we're going to play for about an hour or two, and then we'll move on to other shit. Like I said, I'm either going to do some Fallout for the PS2 still, because that's what we've been doing for Classic Tuesday, or we'll just move right on to Story Season and try to finish that up so that we can be done with it, so that we can eventually move on to yet another farming game, probably, like Rune Factory or something. Some of these games finally getting finished. Eventually. Animal Crossing, though. I know today in the last one, it's been very much like the old school of Animal Crossing for me, where I'm just fishing and I'm not talking to a lot of people. It's because it's the Flower Fest. They just talk about their garden. Only thing I don't like is when there's like this big event thing going on, they don't have conversations all too much. They're just like, my forest. Yeah, my garden we're gonna be the best. Take that. And I'm like, okay. Can we talk though? No, I'm in Flower Fest. I'm gonna win. I'm not really talking to too many people. I'm just working on using this Flower Fest time to just catch fish and not worry about people. And then once the fest ends, I can go back to interacting with more people. I think is Angus the only Blue Bear and Angus? I think are the only two originals left, right? Because it was Angela, Bunny too. Bunny and Mallory might have been. I don't know. I don't think they were. I think they came in shortly after. I think it was just Angus, Blue Bear, and Punchy, and Angela or whatever. Might have been the like 3 to 4 people we had. Now we're down to Angus and Blue Bear left. Angela stayed for a little bit, but wanted me to bring someone out of town in to talk, and then I didn't. Which I could have. It's not like it's the hardest thing for me to set up to bring somebody in. I just didn't want that. I'm like, you know, I'm fine with people leaving. I think the only one I'd be sad for is Bob, because it's OG Bob. But I like to shuffle in new people just to see who we get. Room for 3. I did just finish uploading all of the Animal Crossing for the GameCube, which is good. That cleaned up a lot. I just finished getting that all uploaded. Now I just need to get it titled and get the descriptions on it and then scheduled. But of course, it's not going to be seen until possibly May, if not after May, for some of them. Just because of how packed I have of videos that are going to go up. Which is a good thing to have a lot of shit to go up. I hate when the backlog starts to run thin. But I needed to start doing some big uploads because I was like, my hard drive's going to get full. Especially with all this Elden Ring, because that's like a good chunk of time getting eaten up. Nope. Didn't even move. Didn't even change my direction when I threw that. I'll shit all the time. Up. You won't throw it. It's an ocean. You're not gonna miss. Dun, dun, dun. Eat that pot pie. I always want breakfast, but I'm never up for breakfast. And then also I could just eat it later in the day, but then egg bothers me, and then I just don't feel like going through the pain of eating egg. And I really like having eggs of some kind with my breakfast food of whatever I'm throwing together. Like if it's a wrap or a sandwich or some burrito type deal. But it gives me horrible cramps. Weed. Like just the worst. I have like the worst abdominal pain when I eat eggs. Like my body can't break down the yolk very well, so it has to be probably like just egg whites only. Or probably something else that isn't as rich, like some kind of like replacement. But when I eat eggs, I just have the worst cramps and I can't function, really. It hurts. Like, I remember I just would try to sleep so that the pain would go away. But egg is the only thing that has caused me that kind of pain. And I've taken different things that people have suggested, or it's like, they're like, well, try this, or try something that's like a lactate thing, like where you would take this and it might help maybe with it's like, no, it didn't do anything. I took a lot of stomach medicine and I'm still horribly cramped. I just try to avoid it. If it has egg in it, it's not usually too bad. If it's like certain sauces or certain like mixtures. Oh, welcome. What, the couple in that photo? Oh, stop it, Splurt. Really, I'm still single. Of course that's not me. That's my late mother. I'm the young girl there, and the smaller girl is Mabel. Two of us are 10 years apart. Both mother and father died when Mabel was still just a little girl, but since we're so small, she doesn't remember a thing. The only memory is this photo. I never thought I'd be able to take the place of our parents for her, so I just did what I had to and tried to look after her the best I could. Grew up to be that bright bit of sunshine we all love. Only fault is she could sometimes be a bit too tomboyish. Guess I hope you're not telling stories again. No, don't you worry. Ooh, that was close. But, yeah, I can't eat egg, unfortunately, so half the time, if it's any breakfast food, it's just like everything but without egg. Whatever I can get my hands on. Getting rid of, oh, someone's selling you're getting rid of their tiki torch I sold them in a spaceman. $572,000. Oh boy. There you go. Oh boy. 545,000. I just remember that it used to happen. I think I discovered it when I was working at McDonald's because I'd always eat something breakfast related. Not at McDonald's. I'd either order from a different place or I would just eat at home because I worked mornings. And I just remember, I'm going to sell these. I just remember being like, man, my stomach is in so much pain and it feels so awful. And then it was like, well, the only thing I ate was egg. I never do egg again. Never want to eat it. I do want to eat it, but I'm not going to risk dealing with that kind of pain again. Unless it's like really, really good / like a high quality type breakfast I'm given. Then I'll risk and feel painful, but I'll just go to sleep after I eat the food. Like, not right away, because I can't sleep right after eating, but a short time before it starts to flare up, I would try. Sometimes if I drink, like, a lot of water, I might be able to negate the pain a little bit, but it still doesn't help. Cash? I want to give you my sky wall. You pretend we never had this conversation. Fine, I don't know who you are. Get away from my house. I already have a sky wall. Do I even need this? Oh. And I don't need this at all, but I'll just hold on to it, I guess. God, I still need to get the flooring for this. Once we get the flooring, and this whole place can start matching up a little bit better. For now, I'm stuck with old wood floor. We'll get there, though. Like my house is like a fucking gender reveal house. Jesus Christ. You go in, it's like, it's a boy. Go upstairs, it's a girl. All right. Now there we go. Move on to our other things we got today that we're gonna go do. But a nice little day of getting a good chunk of money in for our debt. Not a lot, of course, so we still have so much to pay, but at least it's better than what it's getting there, I guess. Till the next one, YouTube. Hooray!